All is right in the world tonight. Again, super proud of our players tonight. They really came out and played unbelievable football. And that was an unbelievable game versus two good, very good football teams. Got a lot of respect for those guys from Statesboro. And I told those guys on last Sunday, we're going to be defined of how we finish the season. And we're going to be defined if we win this game or not. And a lot of people counted us out, except the guys in that locker room. And that's all that matters. Again, we're a team. Doesn't matter who gets the credit. And I'm so proud of these guys come out with a victory in Statesboro and enjoy that bus ride home.
All right, we'll start with Ethan Joyce, Winston-Salem Journal.
Hey, Shawn, I guess first off, is there, I don't know if relief is the right word, but is there just kind of some relief in this win for you, for the team, just after some close games when some really good football teams haven't gone y'all's way?
I wouldn't say it's a relief, but it's what we expected. I mean, we lost 3 games this year to top 20 programs in the country, and we should have won 2 of them. And we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And tonight we had 1 turnover, but again, we bounced back from it and it really savored the moment. And it was just a great win for our program, for our fans, and for all the former players out there.
Kind of take us through what was going through your mind after those 2 really big touchdowns that really changed the whole course of the game. You see Virgil score on a 100-yard kickoff return, and then Nate comes out there and gets a 70-yard run pretty soon after that. What's kind of going through your head and all that?
Well, we flipped the momentum, and again, we were down early, but we came out. We won the middle weight, and that's a big part of college football or any pro football. If you win the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 of the second half, your can go up, and we won the middleweight. Jalen Virgil came in, but again, the blocks on that, Coach Haney has done an unbelievable job all year with that, and we've been waiting for that return to the field, and Virgil took off with it. And then when Nate's run, you got to see him run all year long. He's a very good running back. Will get better in time. And the offensive line blocked. Again, the offensive line blocks for first downs, receivers block for touchdowns, and it's just a sweet victory.
What's it mean for you to be the head coach at App State in a win over Georgia Southern and kind of change, a skid that was going on in this matchup?
Again, I'm a former player here. I'm a head football coach now, and I know what this game means to me, this program. And we had 2 years of losing, way too long, and that's no disrespect to Georgia Southern. They got a great program. But I know we're going to enjoy this moment. I told those guys on Sunday that we're going to be judged on how we finish this thing. We're going to be judged if we beat Georgia Southern or not. Those guys came out and really stepped up and met the challenge.
I'll go next to David Ware, App State Mania.
Shawn, congratulations on the win. Take us into kind of the halftime locker room. You were in a good position at some points, some mistakes crop up. What is your message going into the halftime locker room with both sides of the ball?
Well, I really just went back to the keys of victory. And I told them all week long, the keys of victory this year were scoring touchdowns, not field goals on offense. Defense was to be gap sound. The D-line, the linebackers going to be fit together, and the safeties and corners got to have clean eyes. It was cover zero all night out there. And I told them, I said, you have 30 minutes to set the world right. And I said, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it together. And I thought our whole team came together and really gave us a win tonight.
So then let's move to coming out of the locker room. You've got the ball coming out, and that drive, to that point was the most balanced run to pass drive you'd had all night. When you and Tony were talking about what you wanted to do with the ball coming out of the locker room, what was the focal point?
Well, we saw a few formations we liked in the first half. We just couldn't get back to it from down and distance. But I thought Tony called a great job, and Justin Watts and Nick Cardwell were giving their 2 cents, if you will. And Tony's an unbelievable coordinator. He had some bad bounces this year with picks and interceptions and turnovers and all that stuff. But I thought he called a great game, and the balance was, hey, let's do what we do. Let's try to execute at a high level.
Last question for me. Defensively, those guys, there were a couple of turnovers here and there. They had to come back on the field quickly. They stood up to that, pretty much all night. Talk a little bit about just the overall defensive performance.
What was the turnover margin?
I know App State had 3 interceptions and recovered 1 fumble. I guess there was the 1 interception, I believe.
Right. So
and there's the fumble punt too.
Right. Well, and that was the key this week. Hey, if you win the game, offense, you can't turn it over. Defense, you got to get turnovers. And the defense staff did a great job with that. Now, they've been lights out about all year long, except for a few plays. And, man, I'm lost for words, man. It's going to be one hell of a bus ride back to Boone. So I'm excited for our team and for our program and all the fans out there.
All right, we got 2 more. We'll go to David Rogers in Blowing Rock.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations on the win. Earlier in the season, even after you were winning, you seemed a little bit frustrated at the inability of some of the players to make plays, and other than, I think, Hennigan early on was making a couple. Tonight, you seem to have you seem to get those big playmakers. What did you feel? And what do you feel about that ability of your guys like Virgil and Noel and others to make those really big plays when you need them?
I wasn't frustrated. We've been hurt all year long.
Well,
I mean, the injuries we're dealing with right now are astronomical. Our left tackle doesn't play tonight. Marcus Williams Jr. can't travel. He's hurt. This is the first time Jalen Virgil's been healthy since the first half at Marshall. And Hennigan is just coming back, and Malik Williams has been the kind of the rock of our offense. And it's hard to cover, 4 guys, but it's easy to cover 1 guy. So I wouldn't say disappointed. I just think we're healthy now, and that makes a big difference. And I'm sorry all that nation didn't see all the playmakers we had this year because we've been banged up. And we were healthy tonight. We beat a great program. You're on mute.
How exciting was it to see Virgil be able to really turn on his speed there? Has a great blockings in front of him, but when he got his chance, took off.
Well, I think it was about the execution. Coach Haynes has done a great job all year. We're 2 or 3 in all special teams units in the conference. We've been watching this we watched Georgia Southern a bunch. It's not just a 5-day get ready for Georgia Southern. This is the game of the year for us. And we've been seeing this on tape all year long, special teams and GAs and Brian, and we saw it, we executed. And we had a hat on a hat, and his track speed took off, and no one was going to catch him.
All right, we have time for 1 more, Kenneth Reese, and then we'll get Shawn out of here.
Hey, Coach, I've asked you a couple of times this year about putting together all 4 quarters, and that's been a problem for the team at times. How satisfying is it tonight to have that big second half?
You ever woke up at Christmas and got that Christmas gift you always wanted?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like in layman's terms. But it's exciting. And it goes back to what I said earlier. We had it. Again, we've been banged up all year. And we're banged up right now. That's college football every year. And the proudest I am is someone stepped up. Cole Garrison's out right now. Anderson Hardy stepped up and played big. Marcus Williams Jr. wasn't able to play tonight. Nate Noel and Cam Peoples and Anderson Castle, those guys pulled the weight all week long in practice. And they really came out and did it. And I think it started with everybody. And great senior leadership like Noah Hannon, Thomas Hennigan. They know what this game's about. They know what this program is about. And they were ready to play tonight.
All right. Thank
Thanks,
you, Coach.
Coach. Enjoy the win.
I am. Have a good one.